All right, one of the biggest challenges of these antique cars, of course, is rust mitigation. And rust mitigation on parts that aren't going to be seen, I use POR-15, POR 15, but for surfaces that will be seen, I'm just going to leave the rust and coat it, kind of like rat rods do. Coat it with a rust inhibiting clear coat. Lots of rust mitigation work and lots more to be done. An original repair as delivered. Too thick on the Bondo. They did good metal work, but the Bondo is too thick, so we're going to go with some fiberglass reinforcement. Yep, more rust. Gotta fix the headlights. This is why these things take so long. The rust mitigation is just a major endeavor that requires you to partially take the vehicle apart. The search for rust on the Daihatsu Midget 2 continues, and it is fruitful. A lot of things to coat. But when this is all done, we can expect quite a few years of continued life. Time for more rust mitigation. I've torn down the Daihatsu Midget 2 a little further, and those are the things that I'm after. POR 15 is my preference, and I'm going to bleed these brakes while I'm here. The Daihatsu Midget has four-wheel drum brakes, and they are more than adequate to stop the vehicle. In fact, if you hit the brakes too hard, it feels like it'll just stand on its nose. It's really strong brakes for them to be drums. But then again, this vehicle weighs next to nothing. Just in case you're curious about what's in the front, not much. Air conditioner, condenser, radiator, headlamp attachments, air conditioner, dryer, and that's about it. All right, I've got to do the rear wheel wells, but the nose I've coated every spot. Oh, looks like I might want to get that corner on the fender, wheel well fender, but this is the post, and hopefully this will give us many more years of rust-free operation. To be a 26-year-old vehicle, it really wasn't in bad shape. Of course, that's the original paint, that's the vinyl wrap that I'm going with. And like this spot, every spot where I found rust, if it's a part that would show, I used Rust-Oleum Clear to seal it up. And if it was an undercarriage, I used POR 15. All right, time for more rust mitigation on the Daihatsu Midget 2. Looks like someone has already hit it in the past, but it needs, looks like they just use paint, not true rust encapsulators. Got a bunch of drain plugs that I've got to pop out to make sure the rust encapsulator gets around the edges of the steel as well as on the surface. Bunch of them. Yeah, you need one of these. These larger drain plugs might better be called access ports to the chassis bolts compared to the smaller ones, which are probably just drain plugs. All right, nowhere near perfect. I admit that. However, I've got the basic structure in place. I'm going to prime that and then wrap it. Maybe one day in the future, when the wrap comes off, somebody will want to improve that bodywork and repaint it. Thought I'd capture a little more on the Daihatsu Midget 2. This fender was damaged and rusted, so I have reworked it. I'm waiting on more of the teal chrome satin wrap to arrive. You can tell that it's wrapped to here. This is the original paint. And I also thought it would be potentially useful to capture some of the roof before, you know, like rust spots. This is clear Rust-Oleum that I've put over a couple of coats, but there are plenty of places where the paint's completely gone and it's rusted, but it's encapsulated now, including the hinges here, with multiple coats of Rust-Oleum clear. Not as much rust on this side, but you can kind of see the gloss from the overspray. And of course, the clear coat is pretty much gone on the OEM paint job, but just so people have an idea of what's under the vinyl. Working on the Daihatsu Midget 2, repainting the rear wiper and its hardware because there was rust on it. There's just always so many things to do on these cars because they are, you know, 2.5 decades old or older. No events scheduled for this weekend. This weekend I'll be working on cars. The wrap, which has been missing for nearly a month and a half, finally showed up, so I can complete the wrap job on the 1997 Daihatsu Midget 2.